So we've talked about your training, your university,
Yeah.
family life.
Yeah.
You have a family?
I do. I live with my mum. I'm my younger brother and younger sister. So I'm the oldest of the bunch in the house, and have to be the man in the house as well, obviously. But yeah, it's good. They also give me a lot of motivation and encouragement because my brother is 20, so he comes with me on my runs and keeps me motivated and keeps me focused as well. And also seeing my little sister and my mum, it gives me an extra little kick when I'm going for runs. I know what I'm running for, who I'm trying to help basically in the future.
And your family, from what you say, are obviously supportive of
Yeah,
you
they are.
and giving you every possible help
Yeah,
they can.
yeah. My mum obviously originally when I started boxing, she was a little bit wary of me going and taking punches, and giving punches. But obviously as I started winning and started doing well, her confidence started to increase, and now she's a believer. So yeah.
Some people say boxing is a dangerous sport. You're a student, somewhat academic. Is there a paradox there?
I think that any sport can be dangerous. Like there's ways to hurt yourself in any sport. Obviously, boxing you are taking punches and giving punches, but I think if you dedicate yourself enough to it, you can minimise the risks, as in your style, knowing how to avoid punches and when to give punches. You can make it a lot less dangerous, as well as the amazing staff that you have in amateur and pro boxing. So you have stuff in place to make sure that everything is safe and you are able to, live a full life with or without boxing. So yeah, you just have to thank the setup that they have going.
So we've now covered your life, your supplementation, your science, your studies, boxing as a sport, as a business. You've already alluded to the fact that most amateur boxers are obviously professional boxing fans, and many have the dream of becoming professional boxers and champions, and the prize is, of course, a professional champion boxer in the future. If you had to name 3 of your favourite current professional boxers, who would they be?
I want to say David Hay. Does he count as current? So I hope so.
Yeah, David's still current. Who knows his status,
Yeah.
whether he's going to box or not? But
I would say David Hay, Vladimir Klitschko, and another one, Terence Crawford at the moment. Yeah.
okay, tell me a little bit what you like about David, for example.
I like the explosive power that he had, and great speed and timing. So to land those power punches, he had to have great timing and speed. So I like to take.
Well, as an
stuff from
amateur
that.
world silver medalist,
Exactly.
wasn't he? I think
Yeah.
in Houston, Texas.
Yeah, and
as a professional, he won the European Championship in a second round knockout, I think,
Yeah.
of Alexander Gurov.
yeah, exactly. The southpaw. But anyway, yeah, like David Hay. I like everything about his style. I like to not emulate it, but there's certain stuff like having explosiveness, and seeing he did strength and conditioning a lot. I could see how the benefits for it through someone like him. So
And of course, he was a cruiserweight who, as a pro, moved on to heavyweight.
Exactly.
After winning most of the prizes at cruiserweight.
Exactly. So that's also an aim that might have to happen, because obviously I'm 22 now, and it may get harder to make the weight as time goes on, because I am 6'5" and growing. So sort of the sort of path that he sort of set out is a path that would be wonderful if I could, go on and emulate or even better it.
Took Vladimir Klitschko,
I
one
like-
of my heroes.
Yeah, I like, although some boxing fans don't really appreciate his style, I really appreciate the clinical, composed and focused performances that he has to put in every time, because especially at heavyweight and at a high level of heavyweight championship, it really only does take one punch to end a fight or even a career. So I like the way that he keeps it composed, doesn't let the crowd or the stuff that people say about him in and out of the ring affect his game plan. And I love his use of range as well, because I'm quite tall for my weight as well, so I like clinical, well-kept performances.
And also very professional and very scientific.
Yeah.
Also,
exactly.
also been to university. Also studied sports science, and a technical expert.
Exactly. So you have to. I do appreciate that sort of boxing as well.
And your third pick, Terence Crawford?
Terence Crawford, I like, once again, he's got great timing, reflexes and use of range. So watching him, I see stuff that I would like to add to my game, so I watch people like him constantly, and I like the sort of attitude that he brings into the sport as well, because in the ring you can see that he's not overruled by his opponent, he does what he wants to do, and that's something I would also like to add into my game as well.
So we've talked about your three favourite current boxers. Any standout boxers from the history of the sport?
I really liked Tommy Hearns.
The Hitman.
Hitman, Tommy Hearns, yeah, he was one of my favourite. Since I've started watching boxing and going over old tapes, he's someone that I really like, because he's once again tall for his weight class, but he carried a lot of power. So I like to watch him and see the sort of stuff he did to set up his power shots and bring that once again into my game, if possible. So he's definitely one of my favourite fighters from old time, and obviously everyone loves Muhammad Ali, who's in that era once again tall for his weight class and had speed and had to do certain stuff to set up his work. So he's someone once again that I watch as well. So those two are definitely my favourite.
Turning the clock forward to, we're just entering 2015, so I was about to say turning the clock forward to 2015. We're in 2015. Yeah. Happy New Year, by the way.
Thanks, same.
What fights are there this year that you would either have been announced or you would love to see if they could take place?
Every boxing fan will say they want to see Mayweather versus Pacquiao. That's something I like to see. I believe Mayweather would win that fight, but I would like to see that fight just because of what it would bring to boxing, or get people who aren't necessarily boxing fans watching and interested in it, and that boxing fan might watch that outside general fan might watch that boxing match and become a boxing fan. So
crossover.
Exactly, so it can create more of a demand or more fans for boxing in general. So, so a fight like that I would love to see happen. I'd also love to see, hopefully in the near future, someone like Anthony Joshua versus a Tyson Fury in time, just to obviously prove himself to the world as well. And yeah, there's a lot of.
What about Amir Khan Mayweather?
Amir Khan Mayweather, yeah, I would also like to see that one, but obviously after the Pacquiao one. But yeah, it'd be good to have also that's British boxing shown on a massive scale, because Amir Khan obviously represents Great Britain amongst other things. So it will bring a lot of attention nationally, like in Britain, towards boxing, which once again can benefit other boxers in the future, because that fan who never watched boxing before might watch it and become a fan, and now you have another person or another group of people who enjoy the sport that I love so much.
We're in 2015. What are your goals for this year?
For this year in particular is to obviously win all the fights that I'm involved in and have as many as possible to gain experience in case I do decide to turn professional this year. But I also have the University Championships, which are in February, which I want to defend my title and do it impressively as I did last year. There's also the ABAs. I want to go on and win that convincingly and comfortably, and obviously hopefully with that get a chance to showcase my talent to GB and hopefully get myself on the setup there. And if that all goes into place, then obviously train hard and get as much experience as I can to hopefully put myself in stead to get myself onto like an Olympic qualifier and prove that I do deserve to be where I hope I'm going to end up being.
Because of course the challenge for British amateur boxers is that even if you win the ABA championship, you still then have to, and even then if you get into the GB squad, you still then have to qualify at one of the zonal qualification tournaments.
Exactly. So with that, it's like, that's why I would like to get experience hopefully within this year of fighting internationally, because although it takes a lot to win an ABA title, to win internationally is another level again. But I feel like the sort of stuff that I have already in my locker of size and strength for the weight and good grit and determination can help me in an international tournament, but as well as with the refining that will happen at GB and the sort of experience that the coaches there have with international boxers and with the titles and stuff that they've been they've been getting their boxers. Like the 2012 Olympics in London, the amount of gold, silver and bronze medals that England collected was amazing, or Great Britain collected was amazing. And I look and see how England and Great Britain is doing internationally, and they've been doing amazing things. So it shows that the cultures and the team that they have there has already proven that they've got the quality to get boxers from ABA level to European and world level on the amateur stage. So I just want to get myself in the mix there and learn and progress to get to that stage myself.
Well, Lawrence, I think that completes the interview.
All right.
Very interesting.
Thank you. Yeah.
Intelligence, if commitment and methodology has anything to do with it, I'm sure you're going to win all your achieve all your goals and have a very successful career.
That's the aim. Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah.
And let's hope that we see you in Rio in 2016.
Well, yeah.
Lawrence Okolie, thank you very much.
Thank you.